Hi, the following video is the unboxing of the J-3 Piper Cub. It is not a professional production by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, it was taken with two different cameras with obviously two different video settings. It may look choppy, but I think it's pretty good nonetheless. I hope you enjoy. The Piper J-3 Cub. You turn it around a bit so we can get a little better look from up here. And again, this is going to be our invoice. Alrighty. We got it. Pull it out of the box. As we can see, it's not too bad on packaging. It is sealed, so therefore it has not been opened until now. So alrighty. So we get rid of the plastic film. Now, if we look at the model itself, it's laser cut. It's a 35.5-inch wingspan, so it's fairly adequate for I would say a first-time beginner in getting into modeling. I'll just cut the side here a little bit so I can get into the box itself and show us our interior equipment. There we go. So we don't mind. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold each and every item up in front of you. This is the type of glue that you'd have to be using to adhere the windscreens. We have pretty fair-sized prop and equipment, hooks and wire and so forth. It's a pretty good general plans and so forth. Covers all the parts and so forth. Well, hello again. This time I'm inside and I'm going to go through the instructions for the assembly. Now, this is not the plans that we pinned to. Now, as you can see, it's a Piper J-3 Cub. It's from Herr Engineering Corporation. This is a laser cut unit. So if we go in here, you will see pretty much a little bit of the basic layout and so forth of this model. Above here, out here, you got general information, tools and building supplies, and kit contents. So when we go out to do a much more thorough unboxing, we can check for that. Now, as you can see, we got some layouts here. Now, I'm not sure. It's a good possibility that the ribs here are actually laser cut to this manner to help lower the weight of the aircraft. And then it's also, again, it's a visual kit list of what you're supposed to have and how many and what dimensions. Okay? Down here at the bottom, I'm not sure what these are supposed to be, but we will check it out to verify what they are. I have a sneaky suspicion that what's up here are the templates for the clear plastic to act as the windshield and screens for the model. We just have another version of sort of a rectangular layout of the rib settings and so forth. If we turn it over, we can probably read it a little better. The proper numbers, how many, and so forth. That's of the panels. It says here's instructions for building the fuselage and so forth. It looks like it's a checklist, so you can check it off as you do it. Then we build tail surfaces, or feathers as they're known in the industry. or tail feathers, building the wings, covering the model, final assembly. Then all the safety rules about how to fly it, your first flights, what you need to do. And again, this is rubber powered. However, I will be converting it to electric. A supplemental kit issue. It has corrections made for all the parts and what have you. Well, it looks like we got some more windscreen material. Oh, I say it's a well packaged and well sealed inventory of parts and stringers and what have you. Ah, the plans. Well, oops, more rubber bands. Yes, well laid out, clear, concise. It'll work well for the plans, work well for the model. Use that rubber band again. Just make sure it stays. Now, on the plans, what I normally try to do is I take them down like the FedEx or something like that, someplace like that, and I make additional copies. So I use the copies to lay out on the pinning board so I can pin everything together. I keep the original plans intact. I also make a USB flash drive copy of the plans. I'll show you why in a second here. Okay, now here's again some more, this is decals to put on the kit. Now it comes with its own tissue. However, I have a very lightweight coating that I put on instead. It's heat sealable, and it uses a heat iron, and I got a smaller version of this as well, to attach and shrink the film to the fuselage. They come in multiple colors, so I don't have to worry about painting tissue paper with dope or something to have it tighten up. Looks like this is the tail wheel assembly. Now, I go to a product company called Duber. I'll have to type that one in for you a little later, to buy tires and wheels. I'll have to examine the plans, and when I do that, hopefully I'll have this little lapel camera working so you can actually see what I'm looking at when I work with it. Earlier in the video, so to speak, I was looking at this little bag of what seemed to be unlabeled parts. And in essence, at least on number 1 and 2, I believe it looks like, one's predominantly, it tells you what it's for. It's for the exhaust pipes. So we'll take a look at that a little bit later. And they're talking about the laser cutting, how some of the parts may fall out. And then some corrected pinning instructions and so forth for the plan itself. Of course, initially this is a rubber-powered aircraft, so here's your rubber motor. I will be converting this into electric, and hopefully 1, 2, or 3 channel electric, rudder, elevator, and aerons. My pronunciation's horrible. So basically it looks like we have everything intact. Now, I'll pause the camera here no, I'll use the other camera instead. I will stop this camera on me, use my other camera, and show you one additional little piece of equipment that I use when I build models. And in fact, it is called a laser cutter. Now, as mentioned before, this is an additional piece of equipment that I use to work on models and so forth. It is a laser cutter. Below you see my CPU unit, my monitor. Up top you see the mouse, the connection for the monitor, and the keyboard. And when I open up the lid, you will see the laser cutter unit, which is going to be right there. My bed. Now the bed's adjustable. If you look down here, you can see a little screw head like item. I can screw that bed up and down to get a much better and deeper cut. The control panel is somewhat straightforward, but the control unit for the actual control is with the CPU down here. So I preset these numbers here, and then the PCU takes it from there. Sorry, PCU? Yeah, okay, that works. So basically that would be the additional piece of equipment I will use. I may use it to take the formers and cut them out a little bit more in the inside to, one, make room for all the radio equipment and batteries, but two, to also help lighten the airframe. So again, thank you for your attention, and I'll put this up here for you pretty soon so you can view it and enjoy it. If you like it, remember, hit the button, I believe it's over here, or over one of the two, like and subscribe, and we're off and running. Thank you.